Hey folks, Chip Richter coming to you here. I'm on the practice green at the Country Club of Harrisburg. Finally broke that heat from the last 3 days. It's a beautiful morning here, Thursday morning. Want to talk to you about not so much a tip, I guess you could call it a chipping tip, but it's a little more of a strategy, okay? It's a little more of a strategy. I see so many people that when they get around the greens, and here I am, I'm about 15 feet from the start of the putting surface, and I've got about another 10 feet to the flagstick, okay? So many people just immediately grab their 60 or their 56. And it's like people don't even think about what we used to do, which was, often thinking of using a putter or hitting a bump and run shot. So I want you to start thinking about anytime you can. We always say minimum air time, maximum ground time. And the reason for that is because your worst shot with a putter or with a chip and run is going to be much better than your worst shot with a 60 or a 56, because you bring the bounce of the club into the equation. And when we get these tight lies, especially these uphill into the grain tight lies, you've got to be really good with that wedge. I'm not saying you can't hit it, I'm just saying it's a lot simpler to do it another way. So if I were going to use a putter, I would do nothing different. The only thing I do different is I keep my glove on because it's going to have a little more speed. But I would do nothing different than I normally do when I putt. I would set up to it. I'm going to give it a little more speed. I'm going to run it through the bluegrass. Hey, that worked out pretty good. Okay, so I got that one about two and a half feet past the hole. Okay, that's not perfect, but it's way better than what could have happened had I been a little off with a wedge. Texas wedge. Practice it a little bit. Just go out and throw 3 or 4 balls down and practice hitting through the fringe cut or even the fairway cut, because the grasses are starting to get tighter. They're starting to stress out from this heat. We're getting less and less of that soft, thick grass. Sometimes just keeping it on the ground is a good thing. But if you don't want to use a putter, I think hitting a little chip and run, I like to get people comfortable with one club. I don't believe sometimes you use a 6 iron and sometimes an 8 iron and sometimes a 9 iron. I like to get people with one club comfortable for how far it goes. So I like to use a 7 iron, okay? So I'm going to take this 7 iron and I'm very simply going to land it just a little short of the green and let it run out up to the hole, okay? Very similar to a putt. I'm going to stand with my feet kind of together. I'm going to stand a little closer to the ball, take it back vertical, boom. Not too bad. Now that went about 3-4 feet past. It's a little longer than the putt was, but still it's 3 or 4 feet. I got a really good chance of making that putt, and I didn't have to take any chances with the bounce of the club interacting with the very firm turf. So practice with your putter a little bit, practice with the chip and runs, try it a few times. I think you're going to find it's an easier way to get more up and downs and save more strokes. Hope you enjoyed this week's tip. I'm going to be on family vacation next week, so there will not be a chip shots next week, I don't think, unless I do one from family vacation, which I doubt I'm going to do. So take a week off, have a great couple weeks golfing, enjoy the British Open. Talk to you soon, folks. Thanks.